You are listening to King's Court Podcast.
All right, everyone. Another
we already
episode.
recording?
Yeah.
Yep, of the King's
Holy
Court.
shit!
I started recording
Podcast.
4 minutes ago already. I got the Arsenal fan joke in there also.
Yeah, we just cut out what we don't like. We just as soon as we hop on, we just start recording, and here we are, King's Court Podcast live. Okay, and in this corner we have me, Brandon, the King, and in the other corner we have.
I don't know if that showed up on camera. A professional commentator, apparently, or something like that. Aksu.
Axu Eater of Card.
No, cancelled.
Okay, today we have a very, very special guest, and you were supposed to get this special guest last week, but somebody, I won't name any names, slept through his alarm, and yeah, we had to postpone it till this week. Me. And so here we have what is it? It's you had what it was 5 straight years of top 16s, I believe. We have like you have to understand this is like huge having him on the podcast and Axu be so happy. Just Axu, being from Finland, and we already know how he feels about the Swedes. So yeah, the fact that this is even happening is amazing. But we got Bridgeman in the building. Let's go.
Yo, what up? Good to be here. Good to be here, despite Axu's hatred for Swedish
Yeah, I
people.
have to allow the one Swede to show up on the podcast just to dodge allegations.
That's pretty smart. Yeah.
Finally got that bridge man.
Happy you actually showed up this time, Brandon.
I know. Amazing that they make me show up to my own podcast. Can you believe this, guys?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry,
the
but you
other-
have to.
the other thing too is like, if I have to step off for a bit sometimes, we're still suffering from small bits of flu-like symptoms. So if you hear me hacking, there's a reason for that. But yeah, with that out of the way, so usually, Finn, we love to start off with the history, going to the beginning.
Yeah.
So how you got into Netrunner? Were you playing other things that led you into Netrunner, or was it a friend group, or like where did the Netrunner journey start for you?
Should I go like all the way back
the way
to how
back,
I
yes.
started
All
with
the way
card games?
All the way back.
I think I got into card games when I was like 6 or 7, I think, and I started playing Pokemon at home with my brothers, because like it was big at the time, right? And everyone had the cards. Not everyone was playing though.
Yeah.
So a lot of people were just getting the cards and then just trading, and a lot of them like they didn't know what was a good card, a bad card, or the value of the cards. People just got the cards and were trading with them, playing different games with them, sometimes using them like pogs against the wall, and like the cards would end up getting damaged and stuff, But anyway, like I think that's where I actually started getting into card games, was with Pokemon, and one of the few that was playing with the cards. And yeah, I think my dad taught me how to play. Like he knew English, we didn't, so he taught us how to play. And then it became like a thing to be playing that at home, and I started playing with friends. So I think I taught some friends how to play Pokemon. I'm not sure. So that like we could play together. So I remember as a kid, like actually thinking about like strategy and deck building, like how could I change my Pokemon deck. I had this one friend that would always beat me, no matter what I did. In Pokemon, he would often like deck me out because I would play like, I don't know if any of you have played Pokemon, but there's like this card called Professor Oak that just it's literally a card that just like there's no it's a trainer card, so you can just play it. You just do what it says. Like there's no clicks in Pokemon. There's no like credit cost. You just play the card, and it just discards your hand. You draw 7 cards. So it's like it's like the card draw in this game was super cracked. But yeah, I would play these games on like way overdraw with Professor Oak, and then he would just like camp, and I would deck out. But yeah, Pokemon was amazing. That was the first thing I played. Uh, and I had the game for Game Boy and everything. Um, then I think it was there was that, and then also around that time the Harry Potter TCG was out, so I was playing that a little bit. Um, that wasn't as big, but yeah, that was also something I was playing. And then like I think so that's where my interest started. And then like when the World of Warcraft TCG came out, like we started playing that. At some point I got into Magic the Gathering. Oh yeah, and of course, like how can I skip this? Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Was like
I was waiting for it.
yeah. That's the big one, because that's like, I was a huge Pokemon TCG fan for a few years as a kid, and then when Yu-Gi-Oh came out, like we watched the anime, and then when the cards came out, we were like, yeah, of course we're gonna get the cards. But man, that marketing to kids is crazy, scarily good.
It was amazing. I was hooked. I was entranced. Whatever. Like moment show came on, I was like, yo, head to the nearest like tasting market. We need to get this stuff. Like wherever I could go. Mom,
Yeah.
please. I need to use this 20 to get this starter deck. You know?
Yeah. Like after watching the show, you were so hyped to open those packs and be like, "Oh, am I gonna get one of those rare cards? Maybe I'm gonna get a Blue Eyes or whatever." Um, but yeah, so started playing Yu-Gi-Oh at home with my brothers and some friends, and a lot of people we knew were like into it. So we would go over to their places and play it and stuff, and it was like as kitchen table as it gets, right? We were playing on the floor a lot of the time, just sitting down and playing on the floor. Um, and that was an interest for a while, and we also did some like tournaments in our friend group where we would just invite friends to a place, and we would have an entry fee, and like we would buy a booster pack as a prize or something, and then we would play that. And like we got a lot of the rules wrong, and we got like like we didn't know what the good decks were. The tournaments that we had were so epic, like everyone was having so much fun with the game. So that, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh was amazing. um and then at some point during Yu-Gi-Oh I met some other friend at school who was actually going to tournaments. I had previously gone to like 1 or 2 Pokemon tournaments. I won one of the Pokemon tournaments that I went to, which is kind of crazy because like, yeah, I hadn't played it a lot like competitively. I think I dodged like one of the good players that I had lost to the previous tournament or whatever. But then that game store closed. There was a game store called Avalon, and then I was like, okay, I guess we're not playing Pokemon tournaments anymore. And then I found out about the Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments from this other guy from school, who was a friend of a friend. No Netrunner reference intended. uh, and then yeah. So then I tried going to their tournament, and basically, well, I was going like, I even went there with like our old rules interpretations and was super stubborn. Like I was like, a dust tornado, because it destroys the card, that has to negate the effect of the card, right? Like that's only it's it's only logic, right? It's like if the card is destroyed, how the hell can it have an effect, right? So I like, and the guy that I knew, I think I had even told me this before, and I was like, nah, bro, that's not how that works. And so I went to the tournament playing my dust tornadoes, like 3x dust tornado or whatever, and I would try to negate people's a guy's card one time. The judge comes over and is like, yeah, that's not how that works. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then I had to yield. Like I was so stupidly stubborn on some things as a kid. And I was like, well, that doesn't make any sense. And I even kept the rule like in some internal tournaments that we had at home later. as the guy that I knew from school, he was even so gracious as to be like, okay, well, if you're organizing it with those rules, fine, we'll play with Dust Tornado negating cards, and he brought Dust Tornado to our like little tournaments that we had at home. That was crazy, but eventually I accepted that Dust Tornado does not negate cards. There was some limits to my arrogance. So yeah, yeah, like I had to learn. So yeah. So that's where the Yu-Gi-Oh tournament started, and then like I started playing in more Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. It was at the time where I don't remember. It was like it was around. If anyone is you both have played Yu-Gi-Oh to some degree. It was around the time the Strike of Neos came out that I started going to these tournaments. Maybe like right before, and it had just dropped, so people just started playing like Neo, Space, and Grand Mole in their decks. And I had some. You could play like people were playing so many weird decks at that time. It felt like you could play a lot of weird like home brews, which was really fun. So people would just come there and play like I don't know, some mix of warrior toolbox decks and like zombie decks, or like yeah, gadget decks were a thing back then as well.
Yeah,
And then there were
gadgets.
yeah. And there was like you could play. I mean, I think there were burn decks as well. Some kind of yeah. I don't remember everything exactly, but anti-meta decks, whatever. So there were a bunch of decks, and like the game felt slow enough, and it seemed to me like there wasn't enough like cracked cards that it was super obvious what the best deck was, and that kind of allowed for people to play a lot of different styles. And I played some weird like zombie type deck with like warrior toolbox stuff as well, which was super fun. And some monarchs were pretty good. And then I think I ended up like doing pretty well in tournaments just playing my zombie deck for a long time, and like refining it. So there was a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh starting out. And I guess I will fast forward a little bit because I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh forever, and you don't want to hear about all of my Yu-Gi-Oh. So like I played Yu-Gi-Oh until like right before I think like right before Pendulum Monsters started being a thing. I think when I had already started not liking it so much, and then Raigeki got unbanned, and I was like, Raigeki getting unbanned is just an unhinged thing, so I'm not gonna play this game anymore. And yeah, so I put Yu-Gi-Oh on the shelf, and I think since then, I was not really playing card games competitively. Was playing like a little bit of card games at home, a little bit of Magic the Gathering, but like not in tournaments and stuff. And yeah, I think I wasn't even really super interested in getting into a new card game. Yeah, I think it was just some of my friends were like, "Oh, have you heard about this Netrunner card game?" They hadn't even played it, but they were like, "Oh, it has good reviews. You should try it or whatever," because they knew I had liked card games in the past. So I didn't buy it myself, but they got the core set as a gift, the Netrunner core set. So I got the core set, and I was like, "Okay, yeah, of course I need to try it now." I start playing it with my big brother, and the first few games were really crazy. Because like I think both of them were over in like 2 turns. It was like the Shaper Katie deck from the core set versus the Jinteki deck. And I think the first game I played versus Eric, my brother, he just like he ran HQ like 3 times and just stole 7 points. I was like, what the hell is this game? I was like, okay, let's go again. Like the next game is gonna be better. And then he tries to do the same thing, but instead he runs into like snare when he's doing this time and just dies, like snare and some other stuff. And so right from the get go, it's like, oh wow, this is like really different from anything we've played before. And I think it also took a while for me to even appreciate the game because initially it was like it felt like, oh, these mechanics are weird. Like I don't understand how it works. And also we were trying to build like a server that the runner couldn't get into as the corp so that we can score the agendas.
Mhm.
But the runner with the core decks would always be able to get in. And we were like, what the hell? Like, this seems imba. Like, what are you supposed to do as the corp? They just sit and click the magnum opus and then they run, when they need to. But as I started playing, like, as we played more,
Mhm.
we appreciated the game more and more. And
Mm.
like, so at first I was like, this game is trash. And then, then as the more I kept playing, the more I loved the game. So that it went from like, I thought it was a bad game to being like, oh wow, there's so much to consider in this game. And it's really interesting. So that's like where the Netrunner journey started, I guess.
Very
And
good.
yeah, I mean, I could go on, but that's
Well-
where we started out. Yeah.
Okay, so what did like to give us like kind of a better idea? What year was this?
I think this was 2016. I remember getting the core set and playing for a few months with my brothers, like maybe getting an extra copy of the core set so you could include more of the copies. And we played like that for a few months. Maybe we had 1 or 2 data packs or something. I don't remember. But when I actually, at some point, I was actually like, okay, I'm curious what this game is like on a competitive level, or like, I want to meet some people from the community and see like what kind of decks are they playing and how far off am I. I had some noise deck that I'd been brewing with like mostly core cards because I didn't have like everything. So going to the first meetup, I was playing, I don't remember, some bad Gagarin wannabe Glacier deck or something. And I got hit with like Paperclip and Temujin Contract that had just been released. And I was like, what is this card? Like, what is Temujin Contract? Why does it say $20 on this thing? And why does it say gain 4 every time? Because that's crazy. Like, because I was just like, they're gaining so much money. How am I supposed to like do anything? So that's when I realized I was just, okay, I'm very far away from where they are right now. But also like these cards are cracked and stupid. But so I started, I guess, around the time that Flashpoint was new, which I think is 2016. So the cycle wasn't completed yet. Yeah, and it was a weird time to start because a lot of people apparently had left the game because they didn't like the Mumbad cycle. So when I came in at a time where a lot of people had quit the game, and so there were a lot of like weird and like maybe decks that people found toxic, but I was interested in learning the game, so I just kind of like powered through all of that and finally started jamming online to be like, okay, I'm actually going to find a deck that I can play at a tournament that is viable. And that took quite a decent amount of practice before I could even bring a deck where I'm like, I can win games with this.
Okay, so you say around 2016 you start going to these competitive tournaments, figure out that you're way off, okay? You are way off what the meta is. Did you look at did you just go back and brew? Did you look at like YouTube? Did you how did it kind of start getting better for you and like when?
Yeah, okay. So the first meetup, it was just a meetup. Like there was no tournament. And I only had basically core set cards. So I guess maybe I had that plus a little bit or something. But I got smacked, right? And after that, I decided to go to one of the tournaments later. But I don't remember the exact like order of things, but I got a few more of the cards, right? So I could like build more decks. At one point, I bought like a used collection from a guy. So I kind of piece by piece over pretty quickly was patching together like a full collection because at some point there was like I got this big rush from going to the game store and buying the stuff that I was missing. Like, ooh, I want to go get this pack and just look at the cards and just read the cards. I have this big joy of like going and getting the new product that I was missing. And there was so much released at that point that I could do that quite a bit. And I think there was one summer where after I'd got the core set where I I was missing a lot of the cards, and I would like go to the store and get like a few packs, go home, open them, and then like be super thrilled, and then be like, "Oh, I need more," and then I would go back to the store, and then and then come back with even more cards. So I don't remember the exact order of things, but like, so I was assembling the collection. I was going to some tournaments, and I think before I was going to tournaments, the first tournament, I think I was looking at some deck lists on Netrunner DB. I was like, okay, I want to have a corp that I can play for this event. Let me find a list that looks okay, and then go and play it at the event. And I think the first deck that I net decked was like, it was some kind of Titan rush list, but it was like, I think it was Titan. But like it turned out to just be like, it wasn't a good list at all. I mean, I'd net decked it, but it wasn't good at all. So I just got smacked in every game. So getting smacked in the tournament, learning from that was part of it. And then at some point, yeah, taking all of those experiences from the tournament games. But then what really helped was like going online on JNet and just getting a big volume of games. And I was jumping straight into the competitive lobby. So like, it's pretty cutthroat, but also people were helpful. So, and I come from, done this quite a bit already where I play in tournaments. I'm a chess player as well. So I'm used to kind of like going in and just getting destroyed a bunch of times until I learn. So for me, going on JNet and doing that was an okay experience. But whereas maybe for a lot of people, it's not, But I could just go on JNet, jump into the competitive lobby and get smacked like a lot and just keep tweaking and be like, okay, let me see if I can change like this and this. And then, slowly I'd build a theory of like, okay, this is like what the realm of acceptable decks looks like, and constantly building on that knowledge and trying to tweak and understand, also seeing what I could do on my own. So I think the noise deck was always like, felt decent. So I was mostly working on corp early on because it felt like there was so many ways you could get wrecked as corp that you needed to be very precise with the corp you were bringing. And so I think eventually the thing that I I brought to a tournament that actually was pretty decent was like some kind of replicating perfection glaciary type list that was actually pretty like decently solid against the field, where it's like, okay, you had something where the remote was kind of hard to crack. You had Caprice, you had Nisei Mark II, and Sundew and stuff got you a decent amount of money, and like your ice was pretty good. So that's where like I started doing better, and then from there, I guess I don't remember exactly, but like I just kept playing more in the competitive lobby, and I kept going to the local tournaments. So yeah, so then I slowly got to a point where I could, come up with decks myself and like had an idea of what the meta looked like. Usually I would try to bring something that I'd made myself, rather than net decking, but like net decking if I had to. Because yeah, I always find it the most fun if you can bring something where you like it suits your style and you think it's fun to play. No, a lot of people might be like, a door-to-door prison making news isn't my idea of fun netrunner, but for me it was. So I was playing that a lot at some point. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the early decks were pretty miserable, like Friends in High Places, RP, prison stuff, and stuff like that.
So when 2018, the game quote unquote dies, did you ever get on the like beyond your locals competitive scene before that, or no?
No, I didn't. I mean, so I traveled a little bit within Sweden. Like I would there was some tournaments. Like I went to Nordics with my big brother, and that was just taking the train for like 3 hours to go to Varberg and play that tournament. so we have done that, but I had never gone outside Sweden to play Netrunner. So by 2018, I was still like, it just, yeah, local tournaments in Sweden. You could travel around in Scania or nearby
Mhm.
and do that, and that was really fun. But I hadn't really thought that like, okay, I'm gonna travel to play this game. And I think the first uh, year that I actually considered that was 2019.
Mhm.
Um, that like that's yeah, like NSG, or it was called Nisei back then, had just started, and it was kind of. At first I thought like, okay, this game is going to die out, but then it was like, yeah, some people were putting or organizing tournaments, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna like go play in these while we still can, kind of thing. Um, and I think maybe that like realizing that I wouldn't be happy to lose this game was like motivating me to play even more. So I would go to like most of the local tournaments that year. And I also one of those tournaments in Sweden, I randomly met Council. So that's the first time I met Council, and we played in that like little local tournament in Halmstad, and they were gonna go to Worlds that year, I think.
Mhm.
We ended up practicing a little bit online before, but I'd never had like a practice partner before that. So when Worlds was announced, and I was like, oh, Worlds is in Europe, and maybe this could be the last Worlds if this Nisei thing doesn't work out. So I was like, yeah, I'll go. I mean, it's not far, and I have some decks that I would like to play. I had some decks that I'd played um, like from the beginning of that year, and the meta, like the ban list hadn't changed any of that. So I was like, I can just bring the decks that I've played a bunch and that I like in it, that I also think are really good. So I had this APOC Val deck that I was gonna bring. That was like, I I still think it was crazy strong. And then there was this Asmari deck with like scarcity of resources and hard hitting news and economic warfare. All the ice, super cheap. You had new sound, IP block, um, and there was even Surveyor in there. And so you could kill them. You could kill them with Boom and Consulting Visit. Uh, yeah,
Yep.
that deck was so much fun to play, and I also think it was like really good. And
I
there was
just
no one.
played it.
You just played it. Oh my god.
There's Lorea's doing 29 or like what's it called, the Premier League,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like 2015 meta, 2019 and 2020 our current standard, I guess.
Oh,
and
I
and I played the like I was like, oh, I want to play 2019 so I can play the Asmari. And like my first turn
yes.
like ever playing was like hedge, daily quest, ice over top, run if
Yeah.
you dare. Because
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
had the news already. I think I had econ warfare hard hitting news in hand already.
Ooh.
It was
Yeah.
like give me this power again.
Yeah.
It's so
Right.
good.
Like it was. Yeah. Yeah. It was so cracked, and it was so much fun to play. Uh,
Mhm.
that was like, yeah, I can't believe they're even letting me play this deck. But like, I was the only one who was on this list. Everyone was like on some other thing,
Mhm.
so I was the only one on this kind of Asmari. Um, and it was my first ever Worlds, and I ended up like taking it to 5th place, which was crazy. I was like, like I was like, maybe I can make top 16. I feel like I'd never played anything on this level, and I was like, I feel really good about my decks and my knowledge of the game. Uh, but like, yeah, like I couldn't have imagined doing that well. Um, and once I did, like afterwards, I was like, man, like
Ooh.
I did this well, and there were and and I could already list like the mistakes I think I made in the top cut, and I was like, wait, if I just didn't do those, I might have taken this event. And that like motivated me kind of, because I was like, well, if I just play better next time, I could even win this thing. So that's where like went from, yeah, like I guess I was already kind of competitive, but I I guess I became even more determined that like, okay, I'm gonna try really hard and try to win this thing next time around. So yeah, that's I guess when I started practicing even more Netrunner.
The legend of Bridgeman began. 2019. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Oh well, actually, I have to ask about this Larea tournament. Like, because I thought that I saw some of one of these tournaments,
Mhm.
but I thought that you could only there was one where you could only choose decks from. It was like decks from worlds that had gotten first or second. So you could pick like between 4 decks for each year between 2019 and 2025. So you could like choose from whatever year, and then those decks would like battle each other.
I think that's different. You might be thinking about what Yuzengren was running at some point, where we're like testing
Oh,
like
okay,
what's the
okay.
best deck in history of the game, and it turned out to be 21 PD because the deck is broken.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. No, this is it's async.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and you have a team, and so one person will play 15, one person will play 19, another person will play, and you could like switch it up every week if you want, and it gives people opportunity to play different
Yeah.
formats, different times, different decks. Like Pa's reaction to Gagarin was like so priceless. It's just like, whoa, Gagarin's like every run. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know. You listen to my podcast, and now you understand
Oh
like
my god.
why I go
Yeah.
off on my rants. Corpse actually used to really do the stuff. You know what I mean? They used
Yeah.
to have some shit. You know, like
Gagarin was crazy.
crazy, man. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's not until they look back and they're like, whoa, I'm like, yeah, yeah. Um,
So you
okay.
could pick whatever deck for this tournament.
Yes.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
That's I'm very happy to hear you're playing the Asmari. brings
Oh,
brings tears of joy to my eyes.
oh my God, deck was like so fun. Um, jamming SSL. I scored an SSL and just got so much money
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
like popping the sheet again felt so good. I miss you, Bay. Mwah.
Yeah.
And
Scarcity, bro.
honestly, I beat the Haley and like didn't even play it. Like it didn't even hit the board, and we still
Wow.
just crushed. We just, missile through their window, and the game was over. You know what I mean? No problem. I had
Yeah.
like a 4 ice remote with Surveyor in there. And then they tried to Stargate. Um, but like they were playing Brahmin. The IP block just said eat these tags.
Yeah.
And
Wow. That
it was,
sounds terrible.
yeah, no, terrible for them. It was fun for me.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I'm like, yeah, I want to do this again. And the funny thing is that it's not even the most powerful version of the deck because there was a time frame
Oh,
where you could gold farmer and below the SSL for like some
yes.
months. And
I
that deck,
that
holy,
deck.
oh
That
boy.
I guess I've told you this multiple times, but I guess the listeners haven't heard it. I went 15-0 with this deck over 2 tournaments. Like it was it was just
Mm.
like online store champs.
Mhm.
But still like it seemed like incredibly overpowered to me. Like it was so good. Like I don't know what you would do against that deck. Um it's just
Mm.
like everything is so efficient. You have Bologna and SSL as your agendas.
Mhm.
Like all the eyes are really cheap, but also hard to get through.
Mm.
And then like you can get hit with hard hitting news at any moment. They can play scarcity on you like immediately and just make having resources a nightmare. Yeah, yeah, it was crazy good.
Deck was so good. I
Yeah.
miss you. Sorry. We miss you. We miss you.
Yeah, good times, good
Free,
times.
free Bologna. So 2019, the legend has just begun. you realize, okay, game's not dead. We're on. We're fully on. And then darkness hit.
Yeah.
So what was that like for you? What was, COVID period like, I guess for you in Sweden and like just all of that?
Um. Right. So I mean, overall, I remember it being like, uh, from the company we started working from home and stuff, which was a bit strange. Like you're not seeing people regularly anymore. You just through a screen, and getting into the groove of that was a little tricky, I guess. Like finding the right routines, I guess, that you need to take a break, you need to go outside, you need to go for walks, you need to clear your head, and you need to see and talk to people to some degree. But also, like during part of that, I was really trying to be good and like see as few people as possible. But then I was also like going a little bit insane. Um, so I found all like tiny things I could do in projects to like um, keep myself like occupied and stuff. I would try to learn about random stuff or like uh, workouts or whatever. Just so you're doing something with that time. Um, and you could see a few people. So I had like a friend that would come over and we'd just play board games until late. So in some ways, it was a nostalgic time. Um, because when you saw people, it was very precious, right? So like you really appreciated those moments because it's like, okay, now I get to actually hang out with someone, and you were so happy. um, so that was like life in general during that time. And then as it started opening up, it started getting better. Um, but there were also good memories from that time. And for Netrunner, I don't remember all the details, but in 2020 was like that was right as Mari got banned and the Currents got banned. Um, Gold Farmer got banned, but later on because of the GameNet decks.
Yes.
So I think that was. I guess that was when COVID hit. Yeah, it was because
So,
this was the first online Worlds
yes.
in 2020. So this was also the year when the testing team unbanned was formed because I'd met Rust Rider at Worlds. I knew Council from before, and then there's a guy that Council knew called Giles Davis. And we were like the 4 original members, so that's where we like became. We decided to officially form a group and make a silly name and let's go. Uh, so uh, so for Netrunner, it was a pretty good year because there was the world was shut down, but also it being shut down and all of the tournaments being online made it like incredibly accessible for me. So I could participate in like everything just online. I didn't have to travel anywhere. So I got to play in all the tournaments, and I was practicing super hard. And yeah, so I was for Netrunner, it was a good year. Like I played in the Continentals, the Black Lives Matter tournament. There was uh, the Intercontinental Championship, the first one that I actually qualified for, and then my second World Championship. I didn't do as well as the year before, but I still got the top 16. I think I ended up getting kicked out immediately from the top cut. But yeah, like Netrunner wise was a cool year. And life
you,
wise, it was weird.
you played in Black Lives Matter? What
Yeah, yeah.
place did you come in? Do you remember?
Ooh, can I look it up? I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah,
like
You
of course.
can,
I
yeah.
think
Yeah.
It's not a
I
Of
think
test.
I
course.
was like I think I was like 1 year before. Sorry, one win from making the cut. I think
Oh,
I remember that cut being super hard to get into because it was like a top 8 out of like 100 or so people.
oh yeah.
So um so
X3. There's a lot of X3s who bubbled out.
yeah.
So you're probably
Uh,
X4,
yeah,
H4.
I got 19th. Um
Wow.
and I was playing I was playing Earth Station and Attack Me Hoshiko. I was still playing
Oh
these
yeah.
weird homebrew decks. Like I hadn't. I think this was also the year where I had sort of like a Netrunner approach transformation, because I wanted to do well at events.
Mhm.
I also wanted to play my own weird homebrews, but I had this realization that like, okay, I can't. If I want to win, I can't play a deck just because it's fun. I need it to be good, because my Tagme Hoshiko was like a really like it was unique and it was fun, but it just wasn't that good of a deck, right?
Mm.
So the same year I ended up like focusing more on like, okay, how do I beat the decks that are good, and like crafting decks to do that. Um, yeah, and that didn't change for quite some time afterwards.
Yeah. I look at like the Black Lives Matter tournament, and, like it's so crazy because, you know, that's kind of how me like Sokka and I started talking, or like, reached out.
Mhm.
And like,
Mhm.
and it's so funny, like you were at this tournament too, and then you know what I mean, like we didn't know each other yet, but we're all at this tournament, and all
Yeah.
did pretty well. Like Sokka, I think Sokka got like 12, 11, 12. He was just bubbled out.
Mm.
I
Yeah, he got
ID'd
11th.
I ID'd last round, and I guess maybe there was an argument I should have played. But I thought my strike schedule would be sick because uh, Swifty like was sweeping everywhere, and like I played them and whatever. So it was like, but yeah, just got in at like seventh,
Mhm.
and ended up finishing fourth. So that was a good start. But so um, Worlds, because I know 2020 Worlds you played Sokka, and that's kind of
Did.
where that all started.
Um,
Um,
Actually, it kind of started earlier.
Earlier, okay.
Uh, yeah, because we had played in one of the store champs, online store champs.
Mhm.
So I he was set to win that tournament, but like I ended up sweeping him twice, like once in Swiss and making it into the cut, and then I came from the lower bracket and sweeping him in the finals. So I sort of denied him a store champs win. He was on this strange GameNet deck, and I was on a weird like Hoshiko with Amakua and DreamNet and Data Sucker. It was like Data Sucker, Amakua, DreamNet, Hoshiko, and that was the first time we played, I think. And then we both got into like an interview from that tournament, so that was the first time we got to chat a little bit. And then I guess we didn't talk much after. It was just like, oh, that was a cool guy. And then I think he messaged me about my like complete image deck a while later, because he was considering playing that. There was this Kronos. Was it? It's called Kronos Protocol, right?
Yes,
Gotcha.
exactly.
Yeah. There was
No,
this Kronos.
Cronus Protocol is the
Uh,
ID. Yes.
Oh yeah, the pick damage
exact.
one.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I had this Kronos protocol deck that I had built this year and played a little bit, and actually did pretty well. Um, so we were chatting a little bit about like how to build Kronos protocol and stuff after the ban list. But yeah, then like we didn't talk until Worlds, I guess. Um, um, but like we didn't talk much then too either. But the next year we were both like jamming a bunch for the continental season, and we sort of like were both looking for more games with good opponents, because Unbanned was like everyone was busy with other stuff, so I was just jamming on JNet, and then I found Sokka, and like we were like, oh, I like playing as this guy, and we're both learning. So that's how that whole thing started.
Mm.
So, okay, so 2019, 2020, you make another top 16. 2021. Now, this was like, I remember this year fondly, obviously, because, at this point, Sokka and I have joined a band, and
Yes.
and so you, me, Sokka tested like crazy. Rush Rider's there too. Counts is on a bit of hiatus, and we're doing our thing, and that year was that was the Blame Changer year.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that
What a
yes.
year.
What a year. That was such a fun year. I remember when they had like obviously continentals where they split them up, Americas and you can all like and Euros or whatever, but like you can only compete in one. And
Yeah.
and you all three of us like played in a different one, and
Yeah.
we talked strategy and like what we were gonna play and this and that. And I remember for me, I did so well at the Continentals, um, and like
Yeah. You were so close to top 4.
I know I
Mm.
was so excited because I'd never done this, and I was like, man, like really practicing at this game and like playing against good opponents, and like not only that, I didn't even do super amounts of actual Netrunner prep, but like watching Soccer Bridge just go over the lines. Like a lot of our testing games were like 2 hours plus, like making sure we hammered out everything. And I
Yeah.
listened, I soaked everything up, and I'm like, this is what you're supposed to do. These are how you play, you know.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I remember just being like, in my first Continentals, like it's like, hey, okay, it's my turn, like Saka already. Because I think that year, yeah, I think that year America's was the last one. So I
Yes.
think Saka already won.
Yeah.
You got what, top 4?
No, that
No.
was the problem. I needed top
Yeah.
4 to qualify for intercons because they had cut it from 24 to 12 players. Um, but I got 6th place.
Right.
I was like
Okay.
going into the top cut. I was like, I'm gonna make top 4, but then nope, it wasn't. It wasn't to be.
Mm.
I think I
Ah.
made some key mistakes there. But yeah, I was very confident. I was on the Acme list that I was like, oh, this is like people not prepared for this, and APOC Max was just really good.
Oh my god, that was a deck of all time. Holy smokes. So I come in with sports medal and and uh and Hosh, and I think at that point I might have been on double arc lockdown that or
Oh my
maybe
god.
one right. Yeah, because like
Yeah.
that was such a fun time because I remember that's like that like we like um testing and you know Ar- Aruzan like could really love to play Shaper, and we were like, look, like this clock thing is a problem because even like finding the virus and purging you have to have enough money, you have to do whatever. And
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just like on a whim, I was just like, what the arc lockdown? And I'm like, never mind. And someone's like, no, that actually is a great idea. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna play a couple of these. And I remember we like was put the clot in the bin and we like arc locked down the clot and just like and it was this huge thing. And eventually it just like spread. But I remember um yeah, just going like I have the APOC Max, I have sports, and like we we win our first 4 games. I'm like, oh my god, like sweep, like wow, this is good so
Yeah.
far. We just have to, keep maintaining. And then I played, I think, Jagdfist round 3, and it was like, ooh, this is gonna be a big thing. And the big thing I remember from like we split, and the big thing I remember from that round was Jagdfist being like, oh my god, beat me and uh didn't even use labor rights. Like I didn't even use labor rights once. And he just
Wow.
APOC'd a bunch of times and just
Yeah.
like, won the game. And like I was like, man, this deck is so silly. Um and then like yeah, we were able to sweep our next round and then like ID and I was like, whoa, second it's like and everybody's just sending me, Slack like messages and Discord be like, oh, like great job, like oh my god, like this is amazing. I'm like, yeah, like felt so good, and I ended up getting fifth there, and somebody dropped, so I was able to get into the intercons. But that was the that was the beginning of our competitive beginning as an unbanned force, So
Yeah,
that was a fond year.
definitely. Yeah. Um, and also I think maybe I mean I had the Asmari deck, but for me like it's the first time I felt like I brewed something that was like perfect for the meta.
Mhm.
Like the APOC Max was like I had so many problems finding a deck, and then like being like, oh, this solves the PD matchup so well, and it solves the sports matchup so well. I was like, holy shit, that's crazy. Um, yeah, I was so happy where I was at like deck building wise that year as well.
Yeah,
And the whole team was like doing well. Yeah.
as Mari gets unbanned, so you went to your tried and true again for 2021.
Oh yeah, true. Oh, and yeah,
But
the tech cards were weird. Like how you were playing Arc Lockdown, and then like
yeah,
a Salem's Hospitality was like a really important card in that
Mhm.
meta as well. That was so cool how like the Maxes ended up getting this mind game where it's like should I play the labor rights now or do I wait? That kind of thing is
Mhm.
quite funny.
Rebirth into Omar. Those were the times. So 2021, you get
Oh, can I just do a quick bathroom break? I'll be right
Yeah,
of
back.
go ahead.
Right back. Okay, good. Sorry.
so Axiom.
Mhm.
We're keeping this running, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. So while we're here, do you want to put a put it on what happened with the show matches?
Yeah, so we just had the final week of the China versus tiebreakers, not invitational, and we lost this week also. Or like we
Oh, you
split,
split.
we split this week, so we ended up losing 5-7, which
Unbelievable.
like was pretty cool. They for sure
Cool.
put more effort into into that. They like
It
actually
was
practiced
cool
the
for
matchups and
some.
shit. You could have played. Like you cannot complain that we lost when you didn't even show up.
Um, that's not accurate. I still can complain.
No.
I'm very capable of complaining. Okay, I'm very capable of complaining.
Okay, fine.
Disappointing. But
Mm,
you know what? Maybe next time I'll have to step in and handle some biz. You know? Um,
not sure when the next time is happening, but it's for sure we can tag you in, and you're gonna get swept, and you then cannot complain.
All right, I'm back.
me get swept. Crazy. All right, you back.
I'm back.
So, oh God, it's seizing me. Worlds, you get fourth. Yes, 2021. This is my
No,
and
you're off by a year. So 2021, I do very well in Swiss. I think we had like, was it Arndt
oh no,
first top
Arndt's
Swiss?
got third or fourth. Yes, this year.
Yeah, Arndt got
Yeah,
fourth,
fourth. Yeah.
and he also got fourth 2019. But so top of Swiss was like Arndt, me, and Asker. I think maybe an Arndt then Asker then me or something like that. I don't remember. But like we do really well in Swiss. Um, the rest of the team doesn't get in, unfortunately. And uh, yeah, I think I had like actually really good decks for that Worlds. Uh, so it was a bit disappointing because I think I end up losing. I don't remember to who, but I end up losing a game to CTM where when I analyze it afterwards, I'm like, man, I made so many mistakes here.
Mhm.
So I felt I came in with like an Asmari, like a corp that was the best I think you could do against runners with like a Regi corp at that time, and then the APOC Max was like really well suited to beat the field, and like Rotom ended up winning the event with a PD,
Mm-hmm.
and like APOC Max is basically like the murderer of all PDs. It's like from all the testing we did, that matchup is like incredibly miserable. And yeah, even with Crisium Grid, like Crisium Grid can make it so it's doable. But yeah, that was like a really tough matchup. So I was like, oh damn, like I had the right decks for this event. But I kind of, again, I sort of let my decks down is how I phrase that. So I end up, I start out really strong. I win a game against CTM. I think a game was against Ghost Meat. That was like pretty one-sided. Ghost Meat was like, damn, that was not a good game for me. Like very, yeah, it was quite funny how he talked about it. But yeah, then I end up like losing the other two, both games. I think the other two, both games that I think I I could have won or like could have played better. So I end up getting 10th in Worlds 2021. Yeah, I think I got 10th place. Maybe I won 2. I don't remember. Yeah, so 21 is 10th place. So I've gone like, okay, I got 5th, then I got 16th, and then I got 10th. So it's like I wasn't doing that well last year, but this time I'm improving. And it's weird because like this year is like I feel like I was in my best so far for Worlds, and also like the best prepared. Yeah, I guess there's some variance to it too. You get into the top cut, but then that doesn't mean that you're gonna make it all the way. And then you really need to on the day also be playing your best and being focused and all that stuff. And that's one of the biggest challenges of the top cut. Like Swiss, you get a lot of chances because there's so many rounds. And the top cut, you got to make sure that you're on your best every game because like one miss can kick you out of the top cut, right?
Yeah.
So 2021 ends. We didn't finish exactly how we wanted to, but we're improving. We move into 2022. And I think I'll maybe group these together, 2022, 2023. Again, 2022 was that was the bridgeman year. Like that was the like that was the like I think that was the wait, was that the bridgeman ob
Yeah.
year?
The busted as hell ob deck.
Yeah, that was the year of Unbanned just taking everything. Like just showing up and taking everything. German Nats, that was so fun. I think that's the first time we got to actually meet in person.
Yeah, that was
Things got
so
lit
cool.
up. That was a great time. So in all these years, 19 to 23, what was your favorite moments Netrunner wise? Like, I guess probably I would say Apoc Max probably your. I guess it could be Asmari. What were your favorite decks? Like favorite moments you remember from?
So in terms of decks, really enjoyed playing the Asmari, and the Apoc Max. I think those were probably my two favorites. I guess I also really like playing the Ob in 2022, even though I felt that meta was always runner favored. It was really fun to play that list, and it was fun to, I guess, take on the challenge of trying to brew a corp in that meta. Like you're sort of an underdog, and then you, yeah, that was a fun challenge that is like took a lot of work because we'd figured out the lat, and that seemed to be so well rounded that I could then focus energy on corp. But it was like a lot of playing a lot of corp games to find anything. But yeah, the op was really fun to play. I like these decks where like you can pressure people from different angles, so that it feels like I can make a lot of decisions, and I can also like overload my opponent with decisions. Like, okay, I'm gonna pressure you from here and from here and from here, and it's like, yeah, it makes it easier for them to make a mistake, and then sometimes there's just too many things that you can't solve all of them. So I like setting up that board state. which was the ob. And I guess favorite moment. I think it has to be winning intercons, because to me that was like winning. It felt like winning the world championship. I was like, this is all the best players in the world, and it's like the competition is as fierce as it's gonna get, and so making it through that, I was just like, it was very euphoric. Like, holy shit! Like, I got through all of these contestants and people that I used to be like, well, I'm still am like big fans of, like Asker, like such a great player, and getting to a point where like, okay, I beat this guy in a tournament. That was huge, especially because he knocked me out of European Championship like just the week before.
Tuck the gut.
Yeah, Tuck the Gut. Yeah, where
Yeah.
it's like, I guess most people don't know him as Asker. Tuck that Gut. He won Euros that year, and I ended up getting third, I think. So I got third at Euros with the Ob deck, and then came back a week later with the Ob and the Lat, and managed to take Intercons, and that was just like, yeah, amazing, just an amazing experience. And then just getting to do the encore, where I got to go to German as just a week after, meet all my friends, and then I thought I wasn't going to make the cut in that event, and then somehow doing it, and like getting all the way to the finals and getting to play you, Brandon, in the finals. That was just fantastic. Like, I don't know, yeah, it felt really special to like face you in the finals as well. Yeah, so maybe like those two moments were just amazing, like just an amazing 2 weeks. And then yeah, as you said, like that really felt like my year, because not only because of the results, but also that like I was not net decking, I was like making the decks that I was playing, and I was even making some decks that I didn't end up playing, but still ended up affecting the meta in some way, like making an R plus prison that then like Sokka took to an event, and it ended up doing well there. And then we knew that it wasn't gonna last, because we had played it into the lat. But it still framed the meta later, and later people ended up making like a different version of it, like the kill boom version with like Host and stuff. That it still had a meta effect going forward. So like, yeah, and of course, like it's still to this day my best world championship result, because I ended up getting fourth at Worlds. And oh yeah, and there was another list, the cornered animal, the PE deck that was just a complete desperation pick, because Corp was so miserable. So I felt like I ended up brewing like 4 significant lists that year as well. It was amazing. And the team was doing well overall as well. I think just, yeah, having a lot of people in the team and a lot of like passion there, it was really cool. And also it was the first year that we got to play at Worlds in person with the team. Pandemic over, although everyone, well, not really over, but everyone was still playing with masks. But that was quite amazing. Yeah, also amazing to see William win that year. That was very special. 'Cause I was like, okay, I got knocked out, but I can root for William, and then William wins, and that was a really good feeling. Yeah, there you go. There's like a few moments. There's probably more, but like those are definitely some of the highlights.
Absolutely. So I feel like post 2023 there was a a retirement, semi-retirement speech,
True.
and we weren't going to test as hard, we weren't going to go as hard, we weren't going to go to as many tournaments, that sort of thing. But here you are. Did 2025 Worlds. How was your 2025 Worlds experience?
Oh, I mean, so first of all, our Airbnb was shit. Okay, that was trash. Okay, we next time we need to do better. It was like cold and cramped, and like there was poop from pigeons in the staircase, and wow. And there I could hear, the club right next to the window a
Yep.
lot of the nights in the week, not being able to sleep. I mean, I could also hear the bagpipes, but that was pretty nice actually. Shout out to the Scots. But yeah, and then like I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to even play in the event because I'd gotten sick, and I was feeling a bit better, but I was still recovering as I started playing. So for me, the event was very tough because like I was tired and still struggling a bit and hadn't slept well. So like it was a lot of things going against me. So the event itself was pretty tough. Although I started out really well. I won my first 5 rounds. So I was like, oh, I might be able to do this because I really felt like, okay, I'm on fire. I can do this. I just need to win a few more rounds. And then it kind of went south there for a while, and I still ended up making day 2, but I had to win like, all of my games on the second day, and then like ended up facing Brandon again. Keep showing up, this guy.
Oh,
Yeah. And he just luck sacks the agenda off the top of R&D. No, I'm kidding. But like, that was a really close game where the last card that Brandon was going to see of R&D with Eru and Twinning was also the agenda that he needed to win the game. It seemed like, I think from the analysis we did afterwards, that I was going to win it otherwise. So that was like a really tight game. So I was like, oh shit, I was so close. So close to making this cut, although I still would have needed to win another. But also like I can't be super mad losing to Brandon. Or in general, I felt like, okay, I've played well in this event, and like Brandon deserved this victory. So I was just like, yeah, happy for Brandon. Going into the last round, like after realizing that you're out of cut contention, at least for me, I got very relieved. I was like, because I was still tired, and I'd slept the worst I had during the whole week the day before day 2. That was like, I think I probably didn't get more than like 3 or 4 hours of sleep. So after I got kicked out, like at first when you lose, you're like, oh damn, I was so close. But then I was like, but now I don't have to play anymore. So so I was pretty relieved at that point, because I was like, I'm so tired and I want to do well. It's over now, and I don't have to think about it. So I can just root for Brandon. I'll play this as well as I can this last round, and then I'll just have fun and hang out with people. And so the last round, I went into still really wanting to get like top 32, and I ended up winning. It was against Leo, and it turns out the lad is like really good into Leo with the direct access. Pretty close, but like, yeah, I end up taking that game and then getting 32 on the dot, right? I got exactly the 32nd place, which was like, I thought at first like, oh shit, I'm not gonna make it. And then they're like, bridgeman, and I even shouted out yes or something. I don't remember exactly, but like I was so happy like I just barely made top 32 and got the mat. So it's like, of course, I would have loved to like continue the legacy and be like, oh, I got my 6th world's top cut. But like at some point, I guess you're gonna like, it's not. At some point, you're not gonna make it, right, if you keep playing. So yeah, I did my best. It was really tough worlds, but I also had fun. And afterwards, after the whole event was actually the best part, because I got to just chill and talk to people, and there are so many people with the same interests that you have there. So you just end up chatting to a lot of people, like talking about the decks, about the experiences, and like chatting with community members that you don't get to meet otherwise. And they were also like, for me, a really surreal thing is like at these events is like a lot of people end up coming up and just talking to you because they know me from somewhere, like from a tournament or from the channel, and being like super nice in some way, or being like, can you sign these cards or whatever, which is a like kind of weird, but also very positive. So yeah, that feels very surreal. It's not an experience that I get in any other aspect of my life, So yeah, so after the event was finished was like the best part, and just chatting with people, and then going out for karaoke a bit later in the evening.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
so it was really tough, but overall, in the end, also like a lot of fun.
Very good. I think it was like it was so good to see everyone. That's always like
Yeah.
the first thing I say is just like, yeah, getting to see everyone. And I felt what you were talking about, just also like due to the pod, everybody being like, oh my God, like I mean, and like it just makes you feel so good. And like, and I was telling people like where I live, like people who are not Netrunner people at all.
Mhm.
I'm just like, the thing is like when they come up and talk to you, they'll like direct quote like lines from the podcast. I'm like, man, you're really in this. Like
Oh my
you really
God.
know your shit. You know what I mean? Like
Wow.
that, yeah, that's huge. It's like crazy. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. Like, I remember when Ashley said this, and that, or when you said this, or like Brandon, you have the best takes. Like, it's like, I'm like, oh my God. Like,
Not true, by the way.
Yeah, factually.
I mean, 100% correct, and so I think
Yeah.
it's such a great feeling, and we're always saying, like people come to tournaments, it's so good, come to Netrunner. It's more than just, it's a lot more than just the game itself,
Yeah.
and we have lots of fun, and hopefully Axu's got that you know fuck alt art reallocation getting money for event thing going strong. We're gonna get like venues already there, so we don't have to do what happened in Scotland where it's like we show up, we're gonna meet at this venue, nobody knows what's going on, everyone's everywhere. There's already gonna be a venue there.
Mhm.
This is your chance
Mhm.
to really get up the chain in OP Act and then make it happen. You know what I mean?
I can do shit as the OP. What the fuck do you mean?
Like you know how you were like, yeah, I'm. What did you say? You were like fourth best judge. Like we need you to be climbing the ladder in OP and
Top
start.
one judge.
Yeah, and start. Really, pushing, throwing your weight around and like get some of these ideas you have done. You know what I mean? Maybe there'd be a kite eating competition.
So you want me to
That'd be
like
very.
to get rid of Kror and Isengrin out of OP?
And not rid, just not there anymore. No,
Hold up.
I'm just kidding.
We're doing a
Joke.
coup.
Whoa.
That's
That's
a strong word.
yeah, that's a strong word. Whoa, keep things on the down.
Wow.
God,
Maybe a little bit of a hostile takeover,
No, it's not a coup, guys. It's a hostile takeover. Don't worry about it. It doesn't
Exactly.
sound any better.
There's some high
Uh,
profile targets,
that does sound better. That sounds, toned down language.
Yeah, 100%.
Ah, it's Netrunner language. They'll understand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get
It's
on
just
it.
urban renewal, okay?
That's only because you want to be with your babe.
Of course, of course. Yeah, Worlds in Finland would be hype. You got to do it.
And cold.
It would also be cold, yes.
It was like around the same weather that Scotland was.
You're right. That's it. Didn't kick off. It didn't kick off yet.
Also live in Canada, brother. Like it's the same shit.
Listen, there's a chance that world, could be in Canada. I don't want people to get scared, so I'm like deflecting it over to you.
Yeah, it could be in Canada.
I would love it to be.
Could be.
That'd be sick.
Is this the time for me to bring up my beef with Axo's food takes?
You
Yes,
have
go
beef with my
ahead.
food takes?
Of course,
The fuck?
you are a stain on the vegan community. Well, I guess you're not.
Okay, yeah,
part
the
of the vegan
avocado
community,
take might
but,
be.
but you've been dissing us for too long, Axu,
I have
and I
shit
will
on
not let this
avocados.
stand.
That's the only thing.
I'm using my free speech on this podcast, okay? Because
Oh,
you
wait,
were
wait.
trashing. Not only were you trashing avocado, which is like objectively delicious,
Hell no.
like it's
Hell
like
no.
this really creamy, flavorful vegetable that not only can you like slice it and have it on your toast, but like you can you can make like smoothies and stuff with it, and you can make guacamole, which like you can't tell me guacamole is not good. And then there's hummus, which for some reason you were like hummus is not good, which is also just like it's just creamy good goo, okay? Which in any other context,
Full Diddy.
I don't
which in
think.
any other context you could not have a problem with, but you're dissing on the hummus. So
I don't think you're selling your foods pretty good here. Like this don't sound good.
Creamy good goo,
What?
man.
You don't eat guacamole?
No, hell no.
What?
Fuck guacamole.
But like,
Okay, I just
All
want to
right.
let everyone know this is not Sweden versus Finland. This is literally food take beefs. Let's go.
yeah,
I love it. I'm on board.
that was the craziest stuff. That's like what I eat every day. Is
Yeah,
hummus.
but like you don't get to eat anything else.
Rip.
No, there's scrambled tofu as well. Okay, there's fried
that's
fried pak
good.
choy.
Yeah.
There's like
Yeah, you have so many better options, and then you decide to eat like the wet slug of vegetables.
what, the wet slug?
Yeah, have you ever
Like
eaten a
the-
raw avocado? Like, come on.
What?
It feels like it's
No, you
fucking
see,
slimy like a goo ball that's
The
like
only people
some assholes eat and are like, yum, that's good. And I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? That's literal poison.
it's a creamy spread that you put on your sandwich. You can slice, you can dice your tomatoes. You put that on top of the toast, and then you top it up with the chili oil. And I can even the thing is like I've got you cornered because I know that your co-host right here loves these sandwiches. Okay, so we're 2 against 1.
Yeah, I think you can
Yeah,
give Brandon like literal pebbles from outside, and he will call them good if you offer them to him.
That's fucking crazy. I don't even know where that narrative comes from. Pebble.
Wait, which one?
This Pebbles narrative. What are you talking about?
I have to defend myself
Why?
somehow.
Listen, these sandwiches are really good. I was like, going to Sweden, I'm like, okay, it's vegan. And I'm like, I don't want to eat too much meat here, obviously, right? Like, but I'm like, like, how am I going to survive? You know what I mean? So, but these sandwiches, like, he had to make multiple grocery runs. I ate it out of every ingredient he had. Like, it was, these were amazing. You gotta come to Malmo. You gotta come have Finn make these sandwiches for you, and just check out Malmo in general because
I have been there. I didn't get any sandwiches.
You get 'em next time.
No. He was there for a night, and he literally was gone for his plane before we even woke up. This motherfucker! I can't believe I didn't get any sandwiches. Yeah.
I had to run out of the night to catch my plane.
Yeah, he could have woken my sick ass up and like had me make them during midnight.
Yo, bridgeman, wake up! I want my sandwiches before I leave.
Exactly.
If I go to Malmo next, Axel, will you come over to visit Bridgeman?
I think mega cities are in Malmo this year.
Maybe I'll actually attend.
You in a Swedish tournament? Can't be.
Right?
Like,
it would be so weird.
You talk all of this shit about like enjoying the community and shit. You haven't been anywhere in like 2 years.
It's been a little hiatus. I've been prioritizing real life and stuff.
You gotta let some other people win.
Like it was getting too easy, so I had to let the community grow, and now people are way better than I am. So Now I have to catch up instead.
Yeah, and you let you British people win your nationals this year.
Oh shit.
Exactly.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
Okay. I gotta come back.
Okay, so there's something else we need to discuss. Okay, so
Mhm.
Okay.
all right,
Did it?
so when me and Saka next, when we were all on tour, okay, we were all in Europe for like a month, and we were at your place, and Saka had some differing opinions on how snacks should be eaten and where.
Huh?
Do you remember this?
Oh my god.
Do you remember this?
Yes.
I want you to go through go through what happened. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, so for me, if you buy snacks,
Mhm.
like if you're not eating them, you have to have them in the pantry, right? They can't just be out somewhere.
Yeah.
Is one thing. But that's okay, that's minor.
Mhm.
It's another thing to to open the bag and like pour the chips on a plate. What was he doing? No, wait. Fuck Brennan. I don't remember. It was some wild stuff.
Okay. As far
He
as
was he was eating
Mhm.
fries for dinner, right?
I mean,
That
Not
sounds
no.
fries.
different.
Sorry, chips.
that was one thing, but it was more that there was a time where he was going to eat. I think one time he was going to eat out of the community bowl. I think you poured it into the community bowl,
Yeah.
and then you went to get him a plate instead of him eating. I don't know if it was off of a napkin or like just eating out of the bowl, and you were like,
Oh,
"No, I'm gonna go get you a plate,"
What?
and you went and got him a plate, and he was arguing. He was like, "This is just, we're
Wasteful,
using more
yeah.
dishes, and we're."
wait, no,
Uh, mhm, go ahead.
I don't think there was a bowl. I think it was just a chip bag.
So you eat from the bag.
Yeah, he was eating from the chip bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was eating from the chip bag, and and uh and you were like, no, you like use a plate.
Huh?
Oh.
No,
Yeah.
you eat from
I
the
mean,
bag
It's-
like a normal person.
well, no, like
No, it
okay,
was
okay.
not his like personal
Yeah,
chips.
but
You
from
know
the
what
communal bag you can eat from there, right?
no, no, no,
What the fuck do you
no.
mean no?
I mean,
No,
no.
okay. Wait. So there for me there's two different things, okay? Because I
Yeah.
didn't remember. I realized as I was trying to retell this story that I didn't remember what happened. But like but now that Brandon has recounted it, there's two things here. Like if you have the chip bag, you should just you be able to take the chips from the bag and just eat them, right?
Yes.
But it's another thing if you take them out and then like pour them on a napkin. Like they shouldn't be on a napkin. In that case, they should be on like, a plate or something. But you should just eat them like straight from the bag in the first place. But the other thing is you shouldn't be eating them for dinner. Like you should wait until after dinner, and then you can eat your snacks. But like dinner is dinner time, you know?
Yes. So we were like, you know, there was what we called this like bridgeman's etiquette. Okay, and
Wait, is it just my etiquette or is
no,
it
no, no, no,
like
no. It's
everybody's
just
etiquette?
I'm just nope. Just let me cook, okay?
Okay.
His Bridgman etiquette, which I agree with. Also, I'm not a big fan of you have this community chip bag that you eat from. That's how everybody catches the dizzes. You know what I mean? Like, especially when like a couple of us were already sick. Like that's just also not like a thing. It should have been plate bound always.
Well, to be fair,
Uh,
it was his chips.
And you
So, like,
complain
I
about
thought
this?
it. I thought it was.
Let a man do anything he wants with his own chips.
Well, okay, yes. I thought it was. I thought it was yours.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
That was
he got
misunderstood
the
by me.
chips.
Okay, then sure, you can do whatever you want with chips. Never mind.
The paper
thought it
part I
was-
still think is weird. Like, just put them in your mouth.
Just put them in your mouth. Yeah. See more.
Yeah, well,
I
that's why I
mean-
was like, yeah, if you want to have something to use it as a plate, we could use a plate, you know?
I mean,
Okay.
it's like when you had school, like, sometimes in school, like, everybody brings, like, candy, and everybody can, like, have some, and you grab, like, a napkin paper and just take everything on that.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of a vibe.
Yeah, but you do it as like, because that's what you got, right? Yeah. I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but, like...
Maybe I was overly strict with William. I apologize.
Okay, no, but no, look here. This ties into what I want to go into next. Okay, because I would have.
Well, okay, so I think I'm just like the risk of just getting crumbs everywhere is like greater if you use a napkin. So just put it on a plate. Like if you want to have it on something, just put it on a plate. That it's not a big deal, but
I know.
yeah.
I'm with you. I hear you.
Yeah.
No, I'm team paper.
Team paper. Okay. so so then I find out. Okay, because me being visually impaired, I did not see or notice this. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but where were we? We were. I think we were in a Discord call, and Sokka struck back. And so basically, what I found out was that you have some degen tendencies of your own, Finn, that we need to address. Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No.
Exposed.
That's why you got me on. Is this why you got me on record? So you can hit me with this now.
Oh, I told you it tied into a whole thing. I wasn't lying.
Okay.
So
all right.
So apparently, word on road, Finn, is that you will put your face under the faucet and just drink water from the tap.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so?
Bruh.
What?
I'm
I thought you
standing
had
on
some real
business
shit.
here,
What the
Brett.
fuck? So?
Bruh. Okay, hold on.
Wait, why
I want
wouldn't
people.
I do that?
No. Listen, I want people in the comment section or when we hit up the stream next to tell me if they do this. Like, Axel, do you do this?
Not normally, but it's normal to do. Like, I have glasses at home, yes. But, like, if I'm, like, outside and I want to drink water, that's, like, totally normal thing to do.
Okay.
There's like table etiquette.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a whole different thing if like you're just going about your business and you're just like, I just want to grab some water.
Yes.
Like why not just drink it out of the faucet?
Exactly. Like
Really?
I don't see the issue here. If you're like if you're at a dinner and you go grab water and you do that, I think that's kind of like weird. But if you're like chilling at home and you want some water, like just drink it out of the faucet.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. But what if you are at your home with company and you go drink out of the faucet?
But you're like
That's
chilling
fine.
at the home, right? You're not eating like
Like,
dinner
you're not-
anything.
Well, you go to drink what? Like you're
But
at
like
the dinner
you're like
table.
watching TV or something. You want something to drink, you go and drink out of the faucet and come back.
Sure. But if you're actually at dinner, that makes the difference for you,
Yes,
Axel?
like if you have a dinner situation where you like have like a glass of water and stuff on the table, like going out and drinking from the faucet is weird.
No, that's what I mean. If you don't have a glass of water at the dinner table, you prefer to just go to the faucet and drink out of the faucet.
Nobody does that.
No. That's such an edge case, Brandon. Like in most cases you
No,
would bring
I just want to trap Axel in his.
in that case you would just like bring like what's it called, a carafe of water to
What?
the table. No,
A giraffe
what's the
of
word?
water?
I would say that in Swedish. I thought there was a word like that in English too. Like we call it carafe in Swedish. But like it's just a container for the water, right? So you fill it up.
The
you bring
pitcher.
it to
Water
the
The
table,
pitcher.
or a pitcher.
The pitcher.
Yeah.
Pitcher.
Baseball?
Or you.
No.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like everybody can drink.
Yes, or you like you fill your own glass and then you bring that, or you bring some filled glasses, whatever.
Okay, no.
That's normally what you would do. But like, if you were to drink out of the faucet, is that like the end of the world?
I see. I want to know because, like, I didn't even know that this was occurring until somebody told me that they saw you do that. So I'm like, oh, okay. And so I didn't
Wow.
even know, like always in whatever, because I feel like if I ever tried this shit at home, like with my parent, they would kill me. Like you know what I mean?
Wow.
Huh?
That would be like
No.
Damn.
you get a glass of water and you pour yourself some fucking water. Like they would be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
fuck are-
You're not an animal. What is happening right now?" Like I could just hear the lecture go right now
Wow.
because because I'm picturing it, right? I'm picturing it. I'm
Yeah.
like, for someone my size to get like our heads in position
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Brennan, you have to try it before you knock it. Like, you have to try it.
This is
It's easy and simple and cool.
you say it like you do this. I mean, you eat cards, so I
God, fucking. Oh.
so I don't know. We need help from our listeners
Okay.
to really help solve this. Please leave comments and
Yes.
on the stream this Wednesday, please come in and let us know.
Yeah. Before you comment and you think it's weird, actually go and try it before you knock it.
No.
Yeah.
That just because no.
Yeah.
See, this is Zoomer logic. Okay.
No, you have
this
to try
is
it before
hella,
you. What the fuck do you mean
this
zoomer
is
logic?
This is hella Zoomer logic. Just because you do something and you think it doesn't fucking mean it's not weird. Okay?
It's not weird.
It still can be hella weird,
No,
bro.
fuck no.
Yo, they actually was like, yo, try this thing. It's called eating cards. I promise it's not weird, dog. Don't knock it till you try it. No, it's still fucking weird, dog. Like you're
Dad, I'm not gonna try eating cards.
right? Like, but yes, please, we need to know about this water tap situation.
Gotta
Like,
settle the debate.
we're not talking about like a water fountain. We're like literally from your sink.
It's the
tap,
same thing.
but just
What's the difference between a water fountain and a sink?
I guess a water fountain is designed for you to drink from it.
it very much is. Yeah, like, come on, Axel, you're picturing this, right? You're sticking your head in the tap. Just at this weird angle and open your
What the fuck
mouth.
do you mean weird angle? It's like humans can bend that way. Easy.
My head is big like this. Like, it's just gonna be
If
crazy to
your
even
fucking
attempt
big head
it.
cannot fit under the sink, that's your problem, not mine.
But you must agree, Brandon, there are like different rules for when it's like, now we're sitting down to have a proper dinner and like I'm just chilling in my home and I want some water.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I just didn't know this was one of them. I did not
all
know
right.
this was a thing. I really didn't. Like, I'm completely ignorant to this whole thing. Like, I was like, when Sokka told me this, I was like, "You're fucking meaning stop."
It's
And
so
he's like,
funny.
"No."
This was his comeback. we got beef. We got beef now. Yeah.
He's like, he wanted me to use a plate, but he can't use
He's
a
like,
fucking cup. And I'm like,
wow.
I was like, yeah, you're all degens, you know.
Oh my god.
So that's
Yeah.
hilarious. Oh my god.
We're on some schoolyard beef here. It's like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, yo, mama. So, yeah.
So I was gonna ask you.
Mhm.
Tomorrow there's a ban list.
Oh,
What do you think, if anything, gets hit, or is there anything you'd like to see, or come back?
Are not
Oh,
on
wow.
the content creator thing?
I've applied for it, so I'm waiting to see
Okay.
if they approve it. That's a good question, Brennan. I guess nowadays, I prepared quite a bit for Worlds, but it's like I used to be so in tune with the game that I felt like I was very opinionated about everything. And I was like, after this Worlds meta, I feel like things seem to be in like a decent place, just balance wise. There are some things about maybe how the game plays that I don't like that much. But yeah, when someone tells me like, what would you ban here? I'm like, honestly, I don't know based on like the experience I've had. There are things that like I guess annoy me, but like I don't know that means that we should ban them because that might create all kinds of meta problems. Um, so yeah, it's a tricky question for me right now. I feel like I don't have a good answer. Like, oh, I would ban this card or I would unban it. It seemed like things were in a place where we could maybe just let them keep playing out and see if we identify big issues. That was kind of my vibe. But I also wouldn't mind them like experimenting a little bit and be like, okay, we're going to try to ban these cards and we're going to see what the effect is going to be on the game.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I feel like that's a pretty usual position. Like, I think me and Brandon know the ban list already. After talking with people from like tiebreakers and stuff, people were like hoping for no changes, I think. Because like you cannot really fix the current issues, I feel like, with a ban list. So you just need more cards.
I think so too. Like it's there's a I don't know how to even pinpoint what it is that I don't like currently in the game, but it's it's not a for some reason it doesn't feel as satisfying it used to be, and maybe some of that is personal, and maybe some of that is what the game is like right now, and I don't know what that mix is, you know. And it's hard to pinpoint like, okay, what is it actually that I want to change? But I also think about it that way. It's like a lot of the time when building, you feel like limited in what you can choose. So getting a bit of a bigger card pool is probably gonna be good for the game, I think. And then it's also like if you get a bigger card pool, it's less of a big deal when you ban something because there's like, you know, more other things that you can do. So you don't feel as punished when someone's like, you can't do this thing anymore, and you're like, well, but that's all I had. So yeah, new cards would be great.
New cards would be great.
Yeah, maybe me and Brandon get like scoops this time also.
Yeah, it's tricky. I was gonna ask you like, oh, what do you think should be banned, but you already know. So
yeah.
I can still answer this question. I was like, I'm a no changes guy, but like that's also partially to like banless team, keep your greedy paws off my game kind of thing, because like I know it's just not going to end well. You know, they just want to swing that ban hammer.
I think there needs to be pushback on this narrative. Like the SBT does like way more beneficial ban list than like negative ones. Like,
you know,
10 out of the last 12 ones have been really positive for the game.
You know, there was a podcast that we had where, you know, Axu maybe went a little bit too hard, and since then he's got to recover his image and work towards his next NSG contract. You know, so he's always got to. Right now he's got to kiss and make up. You know, so we understand, but.
I just got one message like, yeah, please don't talk about this on the podcast anymore. As a joke, wow. as a joke.
Censored. Wow. I'm curious then, like, which ones do you think were not good ban lists? Because you said there were
the World Tree one and the most recent one.
You didn't like the World Tree ban?
No, I think it was too preemptive. And just targeting like one list that wasn't really the best list anyway, out of Shaper.
Okay. Yeah, there's some bans like that where it's because I kind of agreed with that. I don't know because I was at the time I was brewing like a World Tree Lat because most people were playing it out of Arizona, and I'd found this list where I'm like, oh, this seems really good because I can play the Aesop's Lat, but with the help of World Tree, I can like punish open servers. And then if they ever ice everything, then I can just go to my Aesop's plan instead. And it felt like it was really good. But it felt like based on the results we had that like World Tree wasn't actually that much of an issue.
Yeah.
It seems like one of those kind of like vibes bans where it's like, this seems like it could be a problem in the future. It's hard to design around. We don't like the effect it's having on the metagame. And it's like, yes, like a lot of ban lists will be like that. where it's maybe not necessarily just a balance thing, and I can sort of like accept those as well. So I'm not even. There have been a few like that where I'm like, oh, that's a shame because like I would have liked to keep playing with this card, but at
Yeah, I
this,
know, brother.
yeah, but I haven't been like super mad at a ban list in a while. One of the most, oh, I was a little annoyed to see Info Bounty go because I'm like, where am I getting my money as the criminal? But then like criminal has been doing well anyways. I guess it's just me that can't figure it out without the Info Bounty. But I was like, where's my continuous money coming from then? And they're like, there is none. You don't get that. I'm like, damn it.
You don't get Blue
Uh,
Moose. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but otherwise, I kind of agree. Like, even the ones where I thought it was going to be like maybe a bad call, like the last one, where initially I was like, it seems like runner's going to be very favored. At least for me, that didn't end up. I thought it was going to kill a lot of archetypes and it was going to make the game too easy for runners. But given the decks we see now, it doesn't seem like that's the case, and that the results show that. So I'm like, okay, well, we still have the same kind of corp archetypes ish. So I guess it was a fine ban list. Is kind of, yeah, I felt about it. So yeah, I'm and also like getting an SBT update means, so I'm happy we're getting one tomorrow, not necessarily because like I'm like, oh, something needs to happen, but I'm just like excited to see what it's going to be, and then like what the brewing that happens afterwards is going to be. It's a way to, get people feel like the game is fresh again, because it's like, oh, now I can look at it from a different angle. Like, okay, if we take away this piece or if we put this piece back, what happens then? And that's always kind of a fun puzzle to figure out. Yeah, so usually I feel like I understand the SBT list. Sometimes I feel they hit the wrong thing, or they, they hit the wrong thing, or they like don't hit the problem at all. I think maybe the last one that I disagreed with a lot was like in 2022 when we had Boat, and stuff, and there was Drago, and they end up like banning like archive memories and preemptive action, and I'm like, come on, like everyone knows that Drago is the problem, and everyone knows that Boat is the problem. Why are we hitting these other cards? Like, yeah, I I could maybe see not hitting Boat in that list because they were already hitting Raseki and Patap, and I guess they wanted to make sure that Runner wasn't gonna be screwed.
Yeah.
But honestly, like, yeah, I could have seen like hitting Boat over hitting the Drip as well. But like, but yeah, hitting the recursion instead of the Drago, that's like the whole source of the recursion being busted was really weird to me. But whatever. It all worked out in the end. It just like sometimes I feel like there's too much hesitance to hit the actual source of the issue.
I mean, they have been getting better from it. Like banning Tributary was like day one, and we didn't like start LARPing around like banning Eigenfusion instead.
Yeah, I agree. That was really good. Like I feel like it's been pretty good recently. And I mean, I think overall SBT has been like really good for the game. Yeah, there's just like some calls here and there where I'm like, here it's just not addressing the issue, or it's like you're not hitting. You're like you're dancing around the issue. You're not willing to ban the card that's the source of this.
Yeah, but I think that's also like 3 years ago already.
Yeah. It's a long time ago. It's a long
There's
time.
probably a lot of the people in SBT have like switched around at this point already.
No, it's this amorphous entity but it's always the same, it's the same kind of, it's a being, and then it just absorbs more people is how it works.
Yeah, don't you know, Axu?
Yeah, don't you know that?
I have seen.
It's like
I have seen the machine work from the inside. Like,
it's kind of like a Shoggoth from Lovecraft. It's this blob that can fly, and it's really good at Netrunner.
Yeah, so Brennan is just a hater for the ban lists.
Yeah, Brand's a hater boy. Just because they hit every single deck that he plays.
Basically, yeah.
That's how you feel.
I think well, it's understandable that he would end up, getting a grudge because like at some point you'd start feeling hunted. Like I can't play anything. Like they're after me. Like they're trying to pick all the key cards out of the decks that I like, and there's not going to be anything left for me.
Yeah, it's almost like Brandon likes fucked up decks.
It's almost like it.
It's
like
it's
that.
it's almost like fucked up decks win Netrunner games.
Nah, no shot. No
Nah,
shot.
not anymore, Brandon. Now we're just
that was before.
that was before, Brandon.
Yeah.
Now we win with fair decks.
Now
We're
we
just
just play-
a host with some dolls, and we see like 4 cards, and then we hope that there's agendas in those.
Yeah. Now we just
And
play
that's how
custom formats where we install 3 underworld contracts and 2 not data dealers, 2 data foldings.
Yes.
Drip for 5 and like are like, yep, this is peak.
Speaking of that,
Yeah, can I shout that out?
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
I think my
Okay.
professional bridge for this segment.
Thank you, Axu. So yeah, especially if anyone is like tired of standard, this is gonna be maybe a fun thing. So I just kind of randomly I had this. I guess let me backtrack a little bit. So a while back when all the FFG cards rotated, I was like, or a little bit before, I was like, oh, all the FFG cards are gonna rotate. It's gonna be like a separate part of my collection. There's like a lot of fun old cards there, and it would be a shame to not use them for anything because I'm not really gonna play Eternal. So I was like, okay, there's a lot of fun to be had in these cards, and I'm really curious about like what some of these cards would be like in a different light, right? Sort of how, well, we know this, like we just talked about, like when a new ban list hits, sometimes, or when rotation happens, you get to look at cards that different angle, and you'd be like, oh, maybe this is good in this context now, or and so on. And figuring that out is really fun. So in that spirit, looking at my FFG cards, I was like, well, first of all, there are some, like the idea was like I can do the same thing. We just take the FFG cards and we just apply a ban list because we already know a bunch of cards from the FFG era. We're kind of fucked up, and we don't want to have those in there. So I banned a lot of like the cards that have been banned in standard previously. So I started creating a ban list for like an FFG only format. So creating a ban list, and then a lot of the cards on there are also just kind of like vibes based, where I'm like subjectively thinking that, okay, this card is not very fun, or this card will probably be too powerful in this and that combination, or I try to like ban something to encourage you to use cards in a new way rather than just going with the old tried and true. Now there's always going to still be a lot of the old tried and true, but just like getting a fresh ban list with the FFG cards is kind of interesting to me. And then on top of that, and you get to like craft the meta a little and the card pool. And then the other thing about it is because rotation happened for the FFG cards, if you put them all together, you now have combinations of cards that you never had before. So the first rotation of cards can now be combined with the cards that happen after rotation. So that's a whole new thing. So when I was putting this together, I tried looking at, and the thing is, I will have missed things, but like, okay, now that these are going to be combined, is there things I need to get rid of and so on. So I put this format together. I called it Retrieval Run. I like the naming convention of, naming things after Netrunner cards that have something to do with what you're doing, and we're retrieving the old cards so that we can play with them. And we're going to be running because it's Netrunner. So I made this format. I called it Retrieval Run. Now I went through some iterations of the ban list, and that's just from like playing a little bit kitchen table with it, theory crafting a bunch, and I posted like with one of the previous ban lists, I posted like a bunch of lists under the username Retrieval Run on NRDB, so you can find like 50 different deck lists there. That is just me like making sketches of decks, which are meant to be like, this isn't a deck I've tested, but here's an idea for a deck that maybe you could play. So there are all these decks available that you can look at, and I recently made like an update for a ban list, and I was like, I would like to try to. I would love to see what people do with this and just get to view it and commentate on it. So I was like, I'm gonna try to make an event for this. And that's what I'm plugging right now. So on the 6th of December, there's a retrieval run event that I called Lord of the Boomers. And you can play Boom in this format if you want to. And it's just going to be like, single-sided Swiss in this format. It's free to enter. You can win a Yakuza Ateya if you get first place. There's no other prizes, but it's free to enter, so at least you don't have to spend anything. And yeah, my whole idea is like try to get some people playing this, and I'm gonna stream it on my channel and commentate. And hopefully it's a lot of fun. Like I really like the idea of like just throwing this out there and hopefully get some people brewing, and then just getting to see what they bring. And even today, like I've been. I'm talking to different people and like trying to promote the thing, and part of it is like of that is like trying to throw ideas out there that might interest people, to make them feel like, oh, there's something in this format that might be fun for me to play. So because I started with that, now it's all in my head as well, where I'm trying to think of all the things you could do here and just making so many sketches of decks. So if you're interested, check out the event on Always Be Running. There's a link to a Discord where I'm going to run the event. There's the document with the whole ban list, and there's a link to the stream if you just want to watch it, to my channel. And there's also a link to the Cobra page where we will do like registration and stuff. And also, if you don't want to play but you want to help me out and like maybe do the pairings and organize the rounds, then poke me, please. So far, there's not that many people signed up, but it's looking like there might be a couple more joining. And I think the more people that join, the more fun this is going to be. And the amount of rounds is just going to like depend on the amount of people that we get. So yeah, like if we get like 16 people, we're going to have a top 4 and everything. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to seeing what people are going to do. So yeah, please join.
There you have it. Retrieve those runs. Get those FFG cards and this format of whirl.
Mm-hmm.
It's always fun to do custom formats and try new things. Like if you're someone who's never played with these cards, the opportunity to kind of see some of what used to happen or what we used to have, or just learn new cards or challenge yourself with new deck building opportunities, that sort of thing. We might have lost him.
Yeah.
Maybe his earphones died.
Yeah, bro is like running around mentioning a wait. Okay, so the two cards I'm like wondering about are Cutty Jones and Blacklist.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I guess I could let him answer, but I think some cards were just banned to like have people play other things.
Other thing is Cutty Jones is if you could like, if you had to pick. Do you put Cutty Jones or Smartware Distributor on your deck?
Hello. Hey. I'm very sorry. My computer just crashed. It's starting to do. Yeah. Should we just keep going from where we left off?
So talk about the Cutty Jones and Blacklist bans.
Sorry.
Do you have more stuff?
I had more comments on. I just had some more thoughts on the tournament thing.
Which tournament?
If that's okay.
The retrieval one?
The retrieval one. Yeah. So I just wanted to note some observations and things. Well, one thing is like when I'm now making the sketches of decks, I'm putting them in I put the ones that I made recently in the Discord so that everyone who's like maybe not sure about what they would play or what the card pool even looks like, especially if you don't have a lot of knowledge about the FFG card pool, you can look at the already posted decks or the decks I posted in the Discord for some inspiration. And I think I'll keep updating that if I make more sketches. The idea is also like for people to be able to like discuss there if they want to.
Yeah.
Also, some things that I've noted about the format that I think are kind of fun is like barriers are kind of hard to break. There's no paperclip, so a data ward is like a huge challenge to break. A Chiashi and like a curtain wall and stuff like that. You can maybe break it with David one time, but like there are certain ice that are really tricky to get through. It seems like runners have like really good drip economy, like you were talking about, Aksu. And I hope that there's going to be an interesting dynamics where Corps try to like apply pressure early enough for the runners not to get out of hand. I feel like that's going to be a theme in this format. There's like this risk of the runners being too strong, I guess, and the Corps are fighting against that to like have enough tempo and providing the threats. And I guess that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah. So my question is, do you actually want to play Cutty Jones over Smartware Distributor?
What are you talking? Yes, of course.
Hell no, Cutty Jones.
What are you talking
Smartware
about?
Distributor for real is better than Cutty Jones.
You're coping so hard.
No,
like it's very clear. You're such a zoomer. Like you
no, Cutty Jones is so slow.
Let's go.
The only thing that's slow is you, Axel.
Damn, it's not even me this time. Someone else putting Axe in his place for once, finally.
No.
Like, our last guest just teamed up with you the whole time against me, you know? Thank God for Finn.
No, but like, okay. The Katie Jones seemed to be so controversial, actually. There was some comments on it on the Slack, too. On the UK Slack, there were some people engaging with, what I was putting out and like talking a little bit about it. And one of the things was like, why is Katie Jones banned? And so my take on Katie Jones is like, if the format is not fast enough, she's like kind of cracked. Like she gives like a lot of value if you just get to click her a few times before taking the cash out. And it wasn't always like this, but I remember there was a period in time where KT Jones was good.
Yeah,
and people were playing it. No, later than that. Like after I started.
Like it's 2012. No, come on. No, you started 2016, right?
Yes.
There's zero chance there's a spot where Cutty Jones is good after that.
2014, Katie was played quite a bit.
Yeah, because boomers were so whack at the game. Like Armita's code busting is better than Katie Jones.
Listen, you discarded Hades Shark. Okay, you settle down.
I didn't need it. I still won the game.
Okay.
You won because of a technicality.
No, not the technicality. The fucking cards that were protecting HQ were broken as hell. Like, no shot I'm getting through a vanilla.
Wow.
As I said, technicality.
No, but okay. All the ice was supposed to be like not end the run. So like I was just sending it. Because like there was one wraparound in the list or something like that. Then it's like vanilla. My opponent had like 3 credits. So I'm like, damn, that vanilla is kind of good here. And then at some point in the game, I'm like, you're actually not supposed to have that in 2015 yet.
Look, you made Jai almost swallow his tongue when you just said that. That's so funny when you told me.
What happened?
He was like, what is this guy doing? This kind of Hades start. I'm like, yes, it's when Zoomers play old formats, look at cards, can't comprehend what they're supposed to do. Just they're like, this costs 7, you have to chuck it.
Yeah.
It's against CI. I don't need to use the Hades Shark to access archives.
So when Finn's like, you're such a Zoomer, I'm like, yes.
Okay, wait. So I need to defend the Katie ban a little bit. But so or at least give some historic context.
Mhm.
Because like at least my experience when I was playing the meta and also facing people online was that there were games that I was playing where I felt like Katie Jones was a very good card. Now that may have just been wrong. I don't know, but the thing is like um, Katie Jones. In After I hit a lot of the powerhouse cards for Corp, I fear that it's like kind of both like a boring economy solution and a very good one. Once I hit Corps a little bit, so then I'm like, I just want to see runners put more interesting cards in their decks, I guess, and also avoid a situation where they're just like for no reason getting too much economy. That was sort of the idea behind it. Now, it could just be that that's like it wouldn't be played anyway, and it's like not very good. But that was anyway. That was the thinking behind that.
Okay, the thinking is fair. I think y'all are overestimating Cutty's power level like 15 times.
I don't think I think you think we think Katie Jones is awesome. I think there was a time where Katie Jones was played,
Yeah, 2012.
right or wrong. No, it wasn't 20. Stop being a douchebag. Anyway,
It was played after.
listen, Netrunner doesn't even exist before 2014. Okay, so like the Netrunner we know today is very different in 13 and before. So like, but I think that you know, mm, being better safe than sorry, and like also like for me, just not having Katie Jones like is kind of fresh.
Yeah.
Because when I've played at those times or played with, it's like, oh, I have some slot. Oh, could you send me? Oh, just stick Katie in there. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like this is cool to not have her. It doesn't. It's not. The end result is it may not affect things uh, either way, but like not having it is perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's my thinking. I mean, I've done similar things with other stuff. Like a lot of the good multi-axis got hit. Like you can't play medium, for example, and that's just like forcing people to explore like other forms of multi-axis. Whether whether that's good or bad for the game, it's like it's forcing them in another direction. So a lot of the bans are going to kind of be like that. Medium is kind of a cracked card, so I feel like more justified in that.
Yeah.
But like, um, but the kind of general principle is the same, where it's like, well, okay, I guess, or I guess in medium's case, it's like, okay, it's probably too good. Uh, but there are other bans on the list where it's like, I'm just banning this so that you have to do something else.
Uh, Finn, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about, or like something we didn't cover that you wanted to get out in this podcast, or anything else you want to plug?
Ooh. Um. Well, we covered the food stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the tournament, and not that I can think of off the top of my head. I'll plug my YouTube if that's all right.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. I've on YouTube. I'm Kitchen Meta with Bridgeman.
Mhm.
I do just mostly card game content. That mostly Netrunner also nowadays, but like you can find other card games there. Yeah, like the channel is just gonna be like it's not like a set theme, so I might do other games on there too, or like just whatever I think is fun. But for now, right now, you're mainly gonna see like Netrunner content on there, and there's gonna be the stream on the 6th. And yeah, sometimes if I have like a deck or like a fun deck that I want to play, then I do a stream and I talk about the deck and we discuss together and I jam a few games with it. And sometimes I do like tournament debriefs where I just like rant about stuff and like the best streams are the ones where there's a lot of audience interaction and like people having questions and then we can like discuss back and forth. Yeah, so check that out if that sounds interesting. Um, Other than that, I don't think I have any plugs.
We want content.
Yeah,
We
you can start
want
streaming.
content.
Oh, I actually did add like Patreon and stuff now. So if people wanna support the channel that way, they can. Although it's not like a super regular thing at this moment. I put it there for people who want
Mm.
to do that.
Very good.
Oh, and
Hey.
yeah, there. I decided, in case anyone is interested, to offer coaching, but I haven't actually done any of that yet. So, yeah, that's just an experiment, something that I thought might be interesting to try.
Excellent. Also, for this coming Wednesday, we're going to have a ban list reaction stream panel setup sort of going on. There's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of fun. So tune in for that. We plan to have hopefully safer and not again from the SBT. So get your questions ready to be able to ask the whys, the hows, all the good stuff about why they decided what they decided, and we'll be there. You can also come in and talk as well
Mhm.
and ask questions that way.
Yeah,
So you call in.
Yeah, it's like a call-in show. There's going to be an open Discord that you can join, and we can add you to the call to like make your questions heard.
Yeah. So please look out for that. That's going to be great. We're super excited. And please like, comment, subscribe, and we outie.
We Audi.
We outie.